I think we can get started. Right. So first of all, Louis, I think I know that a bunch of people from the Starkware team are either based in Israel or from Israel. So just before we get into the crypto details, would like to say that, many of the members of the community are from Ukraine. So we do understand what it feels like to live under the sirens. So we are very sorry about what's going on, and we send prosperity.
I appreciate. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate it. Thank you for coming. I would imagine that at least here we kind of used to it originally.
Yeah.
Meaning, at least I get my apartment. I moved to my parents' apartment because they have a boom cup bedroom, which it's like it's called luxury. So no, but I appreciate the thought. Thank you very much for the comment and for the thought. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we can understand. Yeah, we don't have the luxury of the bomb shelters in the apartments, but yes. Sometimes they call Ukraine the new Israel, so maybe, who knows? But we wish we had anyways.
So I discovered, by the way, just a side topic on this. It's actually funny. I went online to check how many countries have mandatory shelter in their buildings. So Israel is not the only one. You have Finland, because they're too close to Russia, historically. No, it's actually a thing. It was a thing. Finland has boom shelter in every building. Switzerland, Singapore, and South Korea. So
Yeah, wow, that's interesting. Yeah, we should have went with the Finland's example since we are close to Russia, but you learn from your mistake. It takes time.
I know. But by the way, where are you located right now? I'm actually. Yeah, go ahead.
No, please go on.
No, I was just saying that for those who don't care, I'm French originally, but I live in Israel and I'm currently in Tel Aviv, so just to be clear. But yes, so I was curious where you are right now.
So I'm actually Ukrainian, but I'm located in the world now. I'm traveling, and then we have a few other members of the crypto community from Ukraine and different other Eastern European countries, from Superior Crypto, Shark Trade, Rich Road Crypto, Crypto Sale. Introduce yourself. Feel free.
Sorry, I couldn't hear. Can you repeat? I jumped for a second. Can you repeat?
Sorry. Yeah, I was just saying that we have a few other members from Eastern European community here, Rich Road Crypto, Shark Trade, and Crypto Sale, and I think they're located in different countries around the world. So if they want, they can take the mic and introduce themselves.
Yeah, sure. I guess I can start. Thank you, Luis, for coming for such AMA. We really thank you for contacting Ukrainian community. I'm from Rich Road community. We are crypto focused community, and now I'm also located in Ukraine. And in a few days, we will have a big crypto event here in Ukraine, made by made by another big crypto community. So I guess we will also promote Starkware and Starknet here after our AMA.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah. If anyone else wants to introduce, feel free. If not, I guess I'll get started. I see more and more people joining. So I'm Vlad. I'm actually I'm a co-host here under Superior Crypto, a great crypto community, but I'm also a developing and core team member of Synonym Finance. It's a cross-chain money market. We're launching testnet soon and next year on Starkware. So I think, Louis, I'll be contacting you next year. But for now, we can get started. So, Louis, tell us a bit about yourself. And specifically, you probably answered this question plenty of times. What are you working on right now?
Okay, sure. Happy to. Thank you. So as you said, I'm Louis. I'm the ecosystem. Can you hear me well? Wait,
yes.
I'm going to check something. I need to check. Yes. So I'm Louis, I'm the ecosystem at Starkware. So I've been in crypto for now 8 years. I've been at Starkware for 4.5. I'm in charge of the ecosystem. Prior to that, I worked with Ethereum Foundation and as a product manager at Starkware. And for the last 2.5 years now, I've been in charge of helping the dev and the project we are building and joining Starknet to be successful, mostly on the non-technical stuff. I'm very technical originally, but my goal is to help them creating projects, create the product, create cool things, making friends, fundraising, introducing to each other, communication, how they should personal brand, how they should what kind of product you should build, and so on and so forth. And also been a lot of my work has been what we call a tech evangelist, meaning going out there to conferences and present and talk about it, convince people to both use it and build on it.
Nice, great. And I guess over the past year you've had tremendous success, like with all the layer twos, right? And you probably had lots of work going to various events, inviting many protocols projects to build on Starkware. And when you do talk to them, right? For example, it's a protocol or it's a dev looking to deploy their project on one of the L2s. What would you say are the main advantages of Starknet over other layer 2 solutions?
Sure. So Starknet has, okay. So let's go a bit about the landscape very briefly. So L2s so Bitcoin is 15 years old today, for those who don't know. The white paper came out today, 15 years ago.
Wow! What a great day!
Yeah, right. I was on the space, on the Twitter space, a couple of hours ago. I'm sure about to talk about this. So Bitcoin has been, the white paper of Bitcoin was released 15 years ago, so Bitcoin is and it has a limited scale, like a capacity of processing transaction. Ethereum the same, Solana is the same, and the best way people found to scale those blockchain is to layer them, meaning to say, okay, we're gonna have a base blockchain, and so there is gonna be another blockchain on top of it that's gonna, from time to time, self-verify into the main chain. So this is what we call now a rollup. So this layering is called a rollup, and for those, it's kind of a similar architecture than Polkadot. Okay, did I there? Similar to that. And so now in this category of like, how do you self-prove yourself a chain on top of another one? So you need to have a proof system, because you're not going to verify everything that happened. You're going to verify everything that happened on the first blockchain into the second one. Otherwise, you're basically running a blockchain on a blockchain. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you're just going to run things without any sort of you're not improving anything. So you need a proof system. So you have two types of proof system. You have what we call a fraud proof system, and you have a validity proof system, also known as ZK proof. So I won't dive too much into the optimistic rollup, but basically, optimistic rollup is like saying, everything is true only unless proven wrong, and the ZK rollup is saying everything is wrong until proven true. So you may or not see, but basically, an optimistic rollup is a lot more it has weaker assumption. I mean, it's weaker because it's better to say that I'm proving to you that I'm correct than you have to prove to me that I'm wrong, if you understand what the difference. So from the pure perspective of how the proof system works, ZK rollup are fundamentally better in the way they work. Now, what we can say that it's actually not the real reason why ZK rollup are better. ZK rollup are also, ZKPs, the thing with this technology of proof, has a great property. And this great property is that it allows you to compress computation. ZKP is to computation, to transaction, what zipping a file is to data. When I zip a file, I'm going to compress that data for sending to a bunch of people, and all of them are going to enjoy the fact that this data has been compressed and smaller. With a ZKP, I'm going to prove this bunch of transactions, this bunch of computation, and everyone who come afterwards can verify them exponentially faster. Okay? So the great thing with Ethereum is that they are much more scalable because I can verify it much more faster and on the same hardware. So now, this is to explain why zk-rollup are better. And Starknet is one of the leading zk-rollup, if not the leading one. But this is like a competition, now there's competition between the other zk-rollup. And so where does Starknet sort of like differentiate itself? Starknet differentiates itself in two aspects. It's a certain respect because it's optimized, it uses a different language for VM, different infrastructure that is optimized to have performance in the context of the ZKPs. That's the first one. And the second one is that it has native account abstraction. Meaning, account abstraction, if you heard about it, it's basically instead of storing a private key, you can separate your account from your private key, from your key. So you can change keys, you can make complex transactions, you can do a bunch of things that are impossible to do on Ethereum. One example is, and just to finish on this, today on Ethereum, I need to approve and swap. And account abstraction and smart contract wallet allows you to do it in one transaction and do arbitrary complex thing in a single transaction. So there is two reasons why Starknet is superior in the sense that the entire tech stack is optimized for performance, and it learned from the 15 years of Bitcoin existence and all of the other ecosystem to only have smart contract wallets and improve dramatically the UX. That was a long explanation. I hope I wasn't too much.
Oh, no, that was great. Thank you so much. And thanks for going into the detail because, we have a wide community and even more people will listen to this audio and we have a community from actual DeFi builder, people who are just entering the crypto space. So, thank you for giving us a breakdown of ZK and optimistic rollups. Right. And you mentioned that, the biggest benefit is the potential for scalability and performance. And I remember that there were various statements from Starkware team and yourself that you guys want to be 10x faster than Ethereum and 50 times cheaper. At this point right now, how close are you to that?
So
and
the 10x
what's the timeline now?
10x faster. So it's 10x faster, right?
Yeah.
100x. Okay.
The last interview I saw from you was you were saying 10x.
Well, 10x. Okay, 10x is already there. You can do 10x transaction on Ethereum today on Starknet. Modulo some mistake that we did, quantum leap. I won't get too much into the detail here. We had an NFT drop that that uncovered bug that we weren't expecting. We didn't know about, of course. We were not interested. But roughly speaking, the core infrastructure can support the next Ethereum already today. But it's not like limiting. At this point, we can get to 1,000x. There is no reason why we can get Solana scale in the next 2 years. Now the idea is to be 50 times cheaper than ETH. Right now, a swap on Starknet, if I get correctly from L2 fees and .info, is roughly 30 cents. I don't know what the current price of a swap on mainnet. Probably like $3, $5.
I think gas went up over the past days, so it's a bit more than $3. But yeah. Yeah,
but let me check. I mean, I can check online. There's a website that actually allows you to know that. It's called L2 fees.info, and so we are roughly 9 times cheaper than I can't find where mainnet. Yes, 9 times cheaper than mainnet. So we still have a lot to improve. The way we will improve it is there's a couple of mechanisms that we know how to improve it. The first one is there is going to be soon of the proof system, the way we do proofs to allow us to do bigger blocks, which is simple, and batch more things together. And the second one is volition, which will allow us to I have what we call offchain data. So the 50x is not the limit. It's not the end target. It's just a realistic short-term one. We didn't get it yet. It happened relatively soon, and we just have 5x to improve. Well, it's not that fun.
Yeah, I definitely see you guys getting there. And if let's say you're a project right now who's thinking of deploying on one of the L2s, and you do worry about the transactions, the TPS, and Starknet definitely succeeds there. But over the past year, we've seen the notion of grants for protocols has been very important, right? We've seen how Arbitrum succeeded initially. That kind of took over and took the spotlight. Now we see there's competition between the two. And how do you guys at Starkware approach the grants? What can you learn about,
we don't from do any other grants. We don't. Zero.
No, and
there is no grants.
So how
on the Starknet? So there is a reason why. I can explain to the people here. Because there is a reason why. Good product and good devs, good entrepreneurs don't need grants to find the money that allows them to grow. Meaning, if you're a great entrepreneur, you can raise easily from VCs. You maybe don't know how to do it, but you should be able to. So instead of giving you the money, I personally spend a lot of time helping mentoring entrepreneurs on how to fundraise, what product they should be working on, and how they should market it present it to the market and present it to the VCs. So there is this quote, this saying in English, which is give a fish to someone, he will eat for the day. Teach him how to fish, he will eat forever, right, for his life. It's kind of the underlying idea. With those grants, the ecosystem, the blockchain ecosystem at large, pushed, in my opinion, made projects that should not have survive. And those entrepreneurs end up wasting time because they took for market approval, the fact that they received a grant, without realizing that the people who gave them grant did it for everything except the one that they were thinking they were getting. You know what I'm saying? So imagine you're an entrepreneur.
Yep.
You're receiving a grant, a $250,000 grant. It's huge. It's a lot of money. It's $100,000 grant. It's a lot of for you, your product now, you have to understand how an entrepreneur works, right? He has an idea and he's spending his life and sleep working on it, right? That's how usually an entrepreneur would work. And so what the entrepreneur is looking for is validation that what he's working on matters. What he's working on is important to people. And they will grasp. They will try to catch anything that comes their hand. Meaning, if their grandmother tells them it's great, they're going to believe it's great. Maybe not their grandmother. But if, let's say, they meet in a party, a very famous entrepreneur is like, oh, your thing is cool. This is what they're going to believe because this guy said it's cool. Although he didn't give a fuck. He was just bored and drunk and having conversation. And these grants gave the wrong impression to a lot of people. And the problem with this kind of impression is that they're actually wasting their time. And so on the other hand, I personally prefer to train and explain to people how they should present themselves and to introduce themselves and to get actual validation and actual market fit rather than give them money. It's not about the money. It's about good project not needing actual money. They need anything. I need to be trying another thing. Is that clear?
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, I just wanted to get your take on this strategy. And then if that makes sense from the business perspective wise, right, the B2B grants. Then yesterday there was an announcement about the early community member programs. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Sure. So Starknet, you have to understand, Starknet when it started, Starknet came, it's not like the rest of the L2 space, meaning we didn't use anything of EVM or whatever Ethereum built before. We don't use Solidity, we don't use Geth, we don't anything that was used before. So everything had to be built from scratch, meaning the tech stack, the language, the tools, the everything was built from scratch. So Starknet actually had the fastest dev community growth in the world of crypto. If you look, there is a website called Developer Report, and you can see which are the most active dev community in all crypto. Starknet is far ahead, and ahead of optimism and all of that together. And the purpose of this program is to thanks everyone that was very actively involved in making this success happen. And there's not only technical people; it's also the people who did meetups when a year and a half ago when no one cared. The people who wrote content or wrote summaries or wrote video that makes sense, and that were able to encourage and onboard both devs and users. And so the purpose of this program is to reward the people who made Starknet the success of what it is so far, and make sure that tomorrow they will benefit from the success that we hope we're going to have tomorrow.
That makes sense. And is that kind of you incentivizing, like you said, not only developers, also those who were the meetups, but also members of the community, and it's kind of hinting at a potential airdrop, or is an airdrop?
I cannot comment on this.
Of course.
I cannot comment. This program specifically is for active people. By active, I mean who got in mid-space active. That's it.
Yeah.
If you want to say.
For sure.
So I cannot make any comment about anything else about the token, but I can just talk about this program because I actually worked on it. It's kind of my brainchild, but it's something I care deeply about because some of those people, some of the dev who worked on this, I've been working for free for 6 months just out of passion, and I cannot bear the idea that they would not be rewarded, or rewarded isn't the right word, but like would be incentivized to the long-term success. But remember, this program is retroactive. It's for people what people did in the past. It's not for anything forward.
Oh, yeah, that totally makes sense. And about that, you mentioned, and we've seen the stats online that you have plenty of developers in the ecosystem that are always contributing to Starkware, and you always see that the number is always increasing. And you just mentioned that many developers were working for nothing for 6 months, and many have been learning Cairo for maybe a year or even further or even longer. The question is, what was driving them? What do you think? Is it the Starkware?
Passion.
I guess
no, it's passion. No, honestly, passion.
Is it the stack?
No, yeah, it's what being on the spectrum the give looks like. No, joke aside, there's a couple of things I would say about this. What drove them? First of all, they're very, very nerdy. And what do a nerdy person like the most is new things. And so being among the first one in the world to touch this groundbreaking tech, Starks, I mean, not even Starkware, just Starks, is sort of like the ultimate nerd grail. It's like giving a lollipop to a kid. They're just so happy. So they came out of passion. But that's actually not the reason why they stayed, There are a lot of people trying things and moving on. They stayed because they make friends. And so this is kind of where we got a very big success, I believe, in the Starknet community, that we managed to create an ecosystem of people who truly like to collaborate with one another and try to make things together. And so that sentence I always use in Starkware and externally, which is people come from the tech, they stay for their friend. And so they work for free because for free is sometimes they're German decide, sometimes they're a student, but they work on this because they finally meet people that are similar minded, And so it's really about the passion and about the drive. That's finding people that care so much about what me as a person would do is very rare and very valuable for anyone. And so that's why they build so much. And the community sort of grew organically because friends told their friends. And this from there, continued, you know? So yeah, so it's kind of where the success come from.
Great. I mean, Louis, thank you so much. I think the ecosystem you've built is so exciting, and you always see more and more people joining. Now, I'll pass the mic to another member of the community, and that's Vladislav from Crypto Sale. So please, Vladislav, you can speak now.
Sorry, yeah, can I ask Louis? I just want to ask you, you just told us that Starknet not giving funds and grants, but as we see that Starkware venture fund, investing in several projects, actively.
I can explain this.
I would say.
I can explain this.
I just want to ask, what project should show you what data, I guess, what numbers, maybe profit to prove?
No, so it's very simple. It's very simple. I can give this through publicly. I don't think it matters. We don't invest. We have a sort of blanket policy, which is we put very, very small amounts of money on purpose, just to say very, very little. I can give a number, but something like it's not about us making money. It's very, very low. If you manage to get a tier 1 VC to lead the round, and what a tier 1 VC means is, like, honestly, there is no definition, but it's like there is. I don't know if you know this thing in the US. It was said at the Supreme Court, which is like, if it looks like porn, it tastes like porn, no, it's more like if it tastes like chicken, looks like a chicken, it smells like a chicken, it's a chicken. And they were talking about this as about porn. It was a story about what makes porn versus art. And so it's kind of like where what a tier 1 VC means. Like, it's like, if you know who's a good VC. And so we don't really. It's only saying, like, we don't do the validation of the PMF. We don't tell them we're going to invest. We don't lead round. We don't do anything like this. It's just that if they want us in, just for signaling, to put it on the website, and they manage to convince a respectable VC, someone we respect, to lead the round, we say, okay, sure. Here is a check, so you can put our name on the website. It's not approval. It's not approval. It's not saying they're great. It's just saying, look, at least you are legit to some capacity. There are some capacity of you being legit, and we're happy to support you and to support you. But also, something I say to them is, even if they don't want us in the round, it doesn't change the amount of help they're going to get. We don't privilege, like, I don't prioritize people we put money, Starkware put money in, versus I don't even know who we put money in. And I can tell you that. I'm spending as much time at any team I can, independently of the investment. That has nothing to do. So it's more about just saying, no, we believe in you in some capacity, that you convince us that someone else was, but we put a very small ticket.
Thank you. So Vlad will continue.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Hello, Luis. My name is Vladislav, and I'm from the Crypto Sale team. First, thank you for joining us on the call and being ready to engage with the Ukraine community. This is important. My first question, this question is from the community. We've heard about the technical part, and there is quite many queries about regarding MetaMask and mass adoption. Is Starknet planning on integration with MetaMask, and is this technically feasible?
Sorry, can you repeat? I heard something weird. Can you repeat?
Okay. This question is from the community. We've heard about the technical part, and there is queries many about regarding MetaMask and mass adoption. Is Starknet planning on integration with MetaMask, and is this technically?
Okay, sure. So, that's a great question. So finally, after 4 years of waiting for it, MetaMask released something called Snaps. I don't know if you heard it. Snap is this new software on top of MetaMask that allows you to use MetaMask on Bitcoin or any other chain. And there is a Starknet Snap coming alongside MetaMask, the Snap. So today you can use MetaMask by downloading the Snap and use on Starknet. except that it's MetaMask. And so it means that you need to, how can I say that? You need to, sorry. So yeah, except it's MetaMask. And so the problem with MetaMask is that you need to oh, I can't find my words. Sorry. Yeah, you don't have account abstraction. So it means that you cannot do all the cool things that you can do with regular wallet in Starknet. Okay?
Yeah.
So like right now, the adoption of Starknet, I don't believe it's limited by MetaMask. I think MetaMask is, in my opinion, and I like them, I just think that has been blocking the development of UX on Ethereum because how bad the UX is. And so we were able to start from scratch and create much better, much newer UX thanks to the work of Arjun and Bravos. So I would prefer people to download one of those two rather than the new MetaMask, I would say. I think they would get a lot more value for what they do, for what they use, than if they were to use the Fox app.
Okay, thanks. This interesting. And my second questions: the tokenomics that are placed today, are they finally or not?
Sorry.
I think the question is.
Sure.
The question is the tokenomics that you currently have, are they finalized as of now or no?
Yeah. I mean, like they haven't changed since we posted about it. I mean, as far as I'm aware, which means Stark will be used as a token, as a gas token, and that's going to be the main use case. No, like on Polygon.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thanks
Thank you for the response. That's very important for our community. Okay,
sure. I mean, this is public information, and so the token itself, as I said, is going to be. I mean, all the information I'm giving right now are available. I don't, except the CMP, which was. I mean, everything I just said is public, but it's kind of the first time I'm talking about it. The rest is very public too. So the reason, my personal take is that having a gas token makes more sense than. I mean. Especially in the context of account abstraction, where you can actually have paymaster and people swapping the token on your behalf, so you don't have to hold the base token to interact. So that's something that we're going to have, and something that will allow us to improve once again the UX. The UX aspect matters a lot to Starknet.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much. And I think like from the UX wise, you did mention the Argent and the predominant use case for Argent over MetaMask for Starknet. And we can truly see that, right, from from experience in other chains, and the user experience with Starknet is just so much better, so much swifter. Do you think that this is the key differentiating factor that's going to be driving Starknet, for the next 12 months, potentially in the bull run?
So what were differentiators? So UX would be, hopefully, but more importantly, at the end of the day, a blockchain is like internet. You don't really think how you go on the internet to use app websites. You don't really think about, am I using a fiber or a Wi-Fi or 4G or whatever? You're using apps. The infrastructure beneath it doesn't matter. What the infrastructure aspect matters is to the devs, the ones that are actually building the stuff. So at some point in our life, we will be hopefully, having not completely abstracted away the blockchain, because, you still need to trust that this is not some crap tech, but we will have some dApps that will sort of completely invisible, like Sorare, if you know about it. Like Sorare is blockchain, but no one who uses Sorare actually knows about it. And so, what, in my opinion, are the big development factor for Starknet? First of all, autonomous world, on-chain gaming. This is the most interesting thing I'm seeing in all crypto right now. Real games being built completely on-chain and completely autonomous that can never be shut down. That matters a lot. So you have a couple of companies, Dojo, Cartridge, Break, Loot, No Game, and many others. That's amazing. I love it. Second, another one is new type of infrastructure, a new type of workload, things like storage proof with Herodotus, ZKML with Giza, a new type of workload with Pragma, and a lot of other applications using one industry. Wallets with Argent and Bravos. And in wallets, you can start thinking very crazy thing when you are construction, because you can use, we have session keys, a key. Let's say that you want to use DYDX tomorrow. Today, the way DYDX works is basically you have a private key in the browser. Tomorrow, this is a massive issue in some sense, because in DYDX, it's okay. In the general case, mean that the UI will own the private key that you want to use for your application. It sounds crazy. So session keys allows you to have the Web3 equivalent of a cookie, meaning a lower security private key that can only do a specific set of operation on a specific contract for this amount of money. So you don't have to sign and click on your ledger every second time you want to send a transaction to play chess. So that's a big one. A lot of plugins, the ability to save, to make savings, to and KYC, whatever you want, you can imagine building on top of your wallets. You have new type of DeFi. You have Ekubo, Avenue, the people working on ZKX, on Perps, RabbitX, and many other applications are building amazing Perps, amazing exchanges on the book directly on chain. And then you have some of the old legacy of application around NFTs. You have the NFT marketplaces, the Unframe, Flex, Pyramid, and the new type of application I'm seeing being built in using them, like Focus Tree, Disland, and Break for it once again. So there are a significant set of things that are interesting. The most innovative right now to me is Autonomous World, but there is a lot to be done using, as I say, Focus Tree, for instance.
Makes sense. Well, thanks for a very detailed response. Thank you so much. Yaroslav, I think you have a question now.
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. Hello, Luis. Happy to hear you today. I'm from the biggest Ukrainian-speaking community, Shark Trade and Crypto. So a lot of people in our community is really interested about what is the key milestone on Starknet roadmap for the next year. Maybe tell us any insight.
Sure. Happy to. So Starknet is focusing right now on stability. We had the quantum leap, which was revealed some missing points that we need to address. We also focus on scale, making it more capable of handling even more transactions. That's the first two things. Additionally, we want to provide Volition, Paymaster. Volition is allowing you to have much cheaper transaction, and Paymaster is allowing you to not have to hold ETH or Stark token to pay transaction. So that's the top two that comes to mind. You have also a bunch of things around L3s, like supporting a verifier on chain, a Stark verifier on chain, supporting things like being able to sign with your Face ID, being able to sign with MetaMask. There is a bunch of things that can be done that are very interesting in that realm and that can be used to missing my point. Sorry, I'm losing it. Yeah. So oh, what's going on? I forgot what I was talking about. You know, repeat.
Repeat the question.
No, yeah. Can you repeat the question because I completely lost my point. What I was trying to make. Oh, yeah, the roadmap. Yes, I remember now. Yes. So summarizing, on the pure protocol, Volition and Paymaster, on application level or so like core infrastructure that are used for zero-knowledge Stark verifier and new type of signature scheme that allows you to sign with your MetaMask or your private keys, your Ethereum address, or with your Face ID. What's tough? What's a hard one? I don't know. I'm tired.
Oh, thanks. Great.
I think I'm having a beer. That's why I'm starting to lose it.
No worries. I hope the beer is good. Enjoy it.
It is quite good. I'm doing pretty fine. Yeah.
Thanks for the answer. Great plans. Hope we'll see all done the next year. Thank you for your deep answer. This is really clear. So the next one, what I can ask you, can you tell us about, in more detail about Starknet account abstractions? What is the main goal of this product and how are you plan to realize it?
I mean, it's not a product, it's a design. So Argent and Bravos are already using it. So if you use Avenue today, so Avenue is a DEX aggregator, or Fibers, you will be doing approve and execute and swap in the same transaction. Like the word where you have to wait for two transactions for something to happen is done. You don't need to do that anymore. And so this is a massive improvement.
So thanks.
Thank you so much, Yaroslav. Thanks, Luis.
My pleasure.
I think we have another question.
Go ahead. Hit me up with the hard one. Go ahead.
I guess I can ask a last question, one of the last question. I just want to ask you about the product called StarkX. That I guess the sphere of SDK right now is really competitive. We see optimistic Stack, we see Arbitrum Orbit, we see super chains by ZK Sync, and that's also one of the main products, I guess, from biggest layer 2 blockchains. And for a long time, Starkware has its own stack called StarkX, and even several big projects such as DivideX, Immutable, Apex already building on StarkX. Can you tell us more about StarkX? What is the main goal? How you planning to onboard projects and protocols to build on StarkX?
Sure. So first of all, StarkX is not Starknet. That's the first initial point. StarkX is its own SaaS platform in some sense, autonomous, like self-custodial, whatever, but it's a SaaS platform. Now what you're referring to is you're talking about OP chain, Orbit, Super ZK stack, whatever the name is. All right, cool. Starknet equivalent of this is called Madara. Madara is built on top of the Substrate SDK, Polkadot, and it's going to be production ready in 3 months, or roughly 3 months, maybe a bit more. What we're going to do to push it? So already we have another app chain called Paradex, which you're going to heard about very soon. Paradex is going to come like very soon, and their numbers are pretty crazy. We're seeing like the volume and stuff they're seeing there, and they are the first Starknet app chain. They're not using Madara per se, they're using another tech stack, which is ours, but they are the first app chain on Starknet. What I'm expecting from them is, a very high expectation of what the kind of result and volume and stuff like this will generate. That's the first one. Now, if you're interested in this kind of L2s or L3s, first of all, let's make a very, very big difference between an optimistic rollup and a ZK rollup when it comes to L3s, to the app chain. You cannot have an optimistic rollup, OP chain, that is working like realistically under the current trust assumption of optimistic rollup in the context of L3s. The reason is because, as I said before, optimistic rollup requires you to have at least one person looking at whatever you do. Except that tomorrow, let's say there is 1 million rollups, coming on ETH, okay? Optimistic rollup, L2s, L3s. Then now you're saying there is always going to be someone that's going to care about every rollup there, even the tiny ass cheat chain that no one cares about. You know, the equivalent of what is it, completely dead, of Neo. Now, talking about Neo, I got very nice cap from them, by the way, at the last time I went to Austin. But besides this point, let's say there is this shitcoin chain like Neo, whatever from 2017 chain. In 5 years, we're going to have some of those on L2s and L3s. In an optimistic world, they requires you to be trustworthy to have someone verifying them. In the ZK world, ZK Sync, the ZK Stack, and Madara, you just need proofs, and that cannot change. And so, in the long run, people will start realizing that OP chain doesn't really work under the assumption of an L3. They just don't hold well. On the other hand, this is where ZK comes in. So now Madara is going to be production ready in a couple of months. Madara is fully open source. It's developed in the open. You can actually get paid to work on Madara using something called Only Dust. If you're a dev interested in Rust and you like to do cool shit, this is the best place. You get to work with the exploration team at Starkware. The exploration team are the strongest motherfucker I met in my life of crypto. And they're doing crazy projects, and you can get to work with them. It's amazing. So to summarize my point is, how do I convince? I don't. Smart people, smart projects, we realize the importance of the tech stack they're using. And we are going to market very soon how powerful Madara can be, because we can't right now as it's not ready yet for production. It's going to be ready in 3 months. You be prepared to hear about it.
So we are waiting for Paradex. I guess that's what you told us.
No, Paradex is already live. I think it's live in private. Paradex is already on private mainnet. They're in private alpha on mainnet. Madara is what you're looking for, and Madara you can already try it out. And it's gonna be. You can check it out on both on GitHub and try to run the project. I even have a Telegram. There is also a Telegram group I can share afterwards if you want to join and contribute. It's a very techie group, but it's a perfect group if you are dev. I actually don't know how many people here are devs, but there is a lot of cool shit to do on Starknet.
I guess we will see. I mean, the time will show what the roll up and what the, I guess, SDK will be best for devs, but we will see. I really love what Starkware is building. I really love your vision. So I guess we will see.
I would love to. Honestly, can I say something? Guys, I haven't been in such a large group with such a great question in a very long time. So thank you, I have to say. This is like probably the best AMA I've done in like 2 years, honestly.
Then we'll take it as a compliment. Thank you.
It is a compliment. It's a very big compliment. I mean, I meet a lot of smart people. This is like overall, this is a very impressive community, I have to say.
Vladislav,
Thank you.
Can I also ask a question about Carrot AVM? I guess it's what we will also connect like AVM and Starknet. Are you?
So you're talking about Kakarot. You're talking about Kakarot, right?
Yeah.
So yes and no. First of all, Kakarot is its own company and its own entity. What they plan to do is their own thing. They plan to be on L3 at the moment. I don't really know how they plan to go. They're a friend of mine. I like them very much, but they're a different entity. I actually want them to connect. I would love them to connect EVM to Starknet. But if you want to build on Starknet, do not wait. The performance will be anywhere between 100 times to 1,000 times slower. So it's really like it's for me. Kakarot. I mean, on mainnet, on Starknet mainnet, using Kakarot versus writing pure Cairo, real Cairo, it's like taking a bazooka to kill a butterfly. Not really worth it. So if you want to build something, don't wait for Kakarot. The only use case I see for Kakarot mainnet, I'm talking about mainnet. It's important because I'm not talking about the L3. I think L3 has a lot of potential. I'm just talking mainnet. It is for project that, in my opinion, are cross-chain by nature. People like bridges, like LearSwap. I would love to see them coming to Kakarot. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but that's something I want to see. And so to summarize my point is, don't wait on Kakarot to be live before you deploy. Build on Cairo and talk to me. If you have a project, by the way, something I didn't say, you have my Telegram here. My phone is plugged to my hand roughly 16 hours a day. If you have any question, you have my Telegram, ping me. I'll be happy to answer. So I'm available. You're all sound very smart. If you have any question, please not about the airdrop. Any question that is technical or not technical, about business, about fundraising, about anything that actually can be helpful in your lives, I'd be more than happy to help. And you have my Telegram to ping.
Amazing. Thank you for your answer.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Louis. I think I had a question that we have asked in the community, and the question is as follows. Over the past year, we've seen many airdrops like Optimism, Arbitrum, etc., and it seems like they have really scaled up. And the issue with them, as many protocols see, is that it increased the level of Sybil activity. It came to the fact that many protocols find it harder and harder to differentiate between actual users that are contributing to the system that will be beneficial here long term, rather than those that are just abusing the system to farm some points, airdrops, etc., which, in my opinion, they're not beneficial to the ecosystem. And how do you guys approach this issue? I know some people are going like,
what do you think? So no, we're not going to use the Gitcoin because Bitcoin itself is CBL, in our opinion. The first of all, there is the strong answer is build systems that are resilient to CBL. You want systems that can survive under CBL, that can survive under CBL. That's the first step. Now the question you're asking is about talking airdrop Ether. So I can't comment too much on this, as I said before. We have a criteria to what is CBLness in this context. We try our best not to be abused because it's unfair for others. I mean, just to be clear, be genuine, do things genuinely. You're gonna be fine. The short answer I can give here is the best. Okay, I'm going to rephrase what I'm going to say here, because the question you ask about CBLness only matters in chaotic development. If that's what matters to you, honestly, and it's not a general comment about Starknet here, so general comments about anything crypto. Crypto main appeal is community. I'm talking right now, we are 135 people. This is huge. And we are 135 people who care about the same topic and care to learn about what this tech stack and what this can do for us. Some means making money. Some means to be able to interact and transact regardless of where you are in the world. Some could be just about making world survive anything that happens. The best way to be successful, and something I learned 6 years ago when I started going full-time in crypto, get involved. Get involved. Write content if you're not technical. Get to talk to people. Be curious. Don't try to follow whatever some influencer will tell you about to get an airdrop. That's not true. Those things, this all airdrop guidance, etc., are not what will lead you to success in general. What will lead you in success is be curious, write shit, and make yourself known. That's what's going to bring you success. So to summarize your point about CBLness is, CBLness doesn't matter because you are not going to fool the system. We're not, those systems are not dumb, and we're trying to incentivize the right people. But the true answer to how to be successful is exactly what are the requirements for your CNP. Be active. And it's not true for Starknet, it's true for everything else. Be active and involved and get to know people and make friends, and you'll be surprised how far it goes. And then just to give you an example here, just to finish on that line, there are at least 3 or 4 people in Scroll that started at Starknet people. They kept seeing just hire people that were in the Starknet ecosystem. I'm sad or upset at it. It's great. I'm very happy because being nice goes a long way, and they're very nice, and they remain nice to us, and I remain nice to them. Making friends matters, and so you'll be surprised the snowball effect of just being active and involved and not thinking short term and sending me one token, because I can tell you that there's nothing more annoying than that.
For sure. Yeah, I'm totally aligned with you.
You have to understand why. Like, you have to understand. Like, it's like you get you get messages. One token, guys. Come on. You're not going to give you the answer. So also, even if you like, there is no rules. It's not like the rules are adaptive, and don't follow the influencer that will tell you how to do it. It makes no sense. Instead, be active. Go talk to the people who are building shit. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I guess you get that question, like literally people send it to you to your DMs.
I mean, actually, yes, but less than was expected. Actually, don't do it. But less than was expected. It kind of gives me faith in mankind. No, it happens when you write. It happens when you write things on Twitter. People write one token. That is true. That's very annoying. But very few people actually DM. And don't DM, please. But if you write this, don't DM. If you have a serious question about how to be X, Y, Z, or how to be successful, or how to find whatever you like, that I'm happy to help you. Like, more than happy. But just don't one token.
For sure. Long-term vision over short-term gain. Thank you, Louis.
Yeah, and look, and there is and just to finish on this for a second. There's a famous quote, which is people overestimate what they can do in a month, underestimate what they can do in 4 years. 5 years ago, I was nobody in crypto, like literally nobody. I was like, in 2017, I went to DEF CON. I didn't have a ticket, and no one, I knew no one. And now I'm not saying that I'm a big success, but I get to talk to everyone that you think are cool, right? I know Alex Yuskowski, is a guy I know since 2018. Zach Williamson is a friend of mine. The founder of Aztec is a friend of mine. The two founders of Aztec are a friend of mine. Jordi Valina from Hermes is a longtime friend of mine. And just because it's not because I got lucky. I mean, it is lucky, but just because I got involved. That's it. When you saw something cool, I was like, I want to talk to those people.
For sure. I think this is life advice, and I would encourage everyone to. Exactly. Yeah. Thanks,
don't be shy.
Thank you. Now, anyone else has any questions from the audience or the people with the mic?
Hello, can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we can.
Thanks for the chance to speak. I have 2 points. Firstly, I want to say thanks for Superior and the other guys who create this stream. It's really important for me, first of all, and almost for Ukrainian community. Really thanks for your time, Lewis and other guys. So I have shortly 2 questions for Lewis. It's maybe too funny question, but anyway. How do you feel about CBILS, and how many thousands of accounts have you already created?
I've created none. No, I'm kidding. I've created none. Actually, really? The truth is, I don't have time. Man, I'm not even kidding. I don't have time. I haven't. The truth is, the old truth is, I haven't touched any of my crypto in 9 months. I believe. Like, It gives me anxiety to touch my ledger. So it's true. It's very, very true.
Okay, I don't believe you, but if you need a schoolboy who will work with your account, just let me know.
No. But look, I swear to God. I swear to God. First of all, look, think about it. I'm not going to reveal anything interesting, but I've been in Starkware for 4.5 years. I've been in crypto for 8 years. I'm fine. Like, no matter what I do, I'm fine. My reputation is worth a lot more than whatever Sybil. I don't want to be, just for you to know, I don't want to be like the guy who, what's his name? The OpenSea guy who got the head of whatever, who got arrested for insider trading.
Oh,
And
yeah,
for the
yeah.
story, I forgot his name. And for the story, I'm going to tell you a story. One time I made a mistake, which is I long story short, I lost money. I did something I shouldn't have, and I lost a fuck ton of money. So since then I learned. There is no good thing coming from not being ethical. And at the end of the day, like it's just like, I'm fine. I've been in crypto for long enough to be fine. I'm not crazy rich. I'm not like, whatever, but I'm fine. And that's what I care about. What I actually do care about is my reputation. I care a lot more about my reputation than the money. And I have no fucking time, man. Look, you know what time is it right now? It's 8 p.m. my time. I'm still working. I mean, talking to you is nice and fun, and I like it, but it's still working. So you know what I'm saying? So the short answer is I do not Sibyl, and I do not, and even also imagine the risk I would be taking if I were to be discovered. Like, sorry, I mean, come on, no. I mean, I don't actually think that. Maybe I'm naive, but I in the Series project, the Series project being the one about, ZK Sync, arbitrary optimism. I don't believe that in overwhelming numbers people would abuse it. No, their inside information. That's what makes them good people, and I know them personally. They're good people. They don't abuse that information.
Okay, well, so I have no more question, but you have chance to thinking about my proposition. Really, if you need some school, just let me know. Let me know. But, yes,
I like you. In Hebrew, we have a word. I mean, it's actually Yiddish. It's called chutzpah. I don't know if you know about it, but but this is good. No, okay, great. So it's chutzpah. It's I appreciate the honesty.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Like,
thanks.
I'm also such a I used to go on this just to side thing. I used to be the worst trader. I literally I sold every dip of 2017 and I booked every top. Literally, I stopped touching my wallet. I don't know how to trade. And I don't want to, it's never had in my brain. I prefer to focus on making cool shit. I mean, working on cool shit.
I guess he took your advice and he's been active, right? Proactive in the way you can.
Yeah. No, but like exactly. I mean, literally, I used to say that in 2017, I used to say about a counter signal. Every time I was trading, do the opposite, you're going to make money. So that's a rule of thumb. And I learned it my way. So now I'm just look. Whenever the market dropped 20%, I don't even care. It's paper money. On the it doesn't matter.
Thank you. Thank you, Louis, for that candid and honest response. I guess one of our last, or maybe the last question would be, what are you excited about in the space outside of Starknet ecosystem, right? I know that you're focused, like you said, on building cool shit within the ecosystem, but anything that you see that, since, like you said, people are building outside the ecosystem, that you like, or that you're like, oh shit, that's exciting.
Okay, so I'm going to give you, that's a very good question, and sorry about that. Okay, the beer is coming up. So the coolest thing, I thought we started Starknet. That's a very good question. Okay, lately I'm very bored in crypto. Very, very bored. I don't see many interesting new use cases. What I'm interested in is, so autonomous word is extremely interesting to me because it tickles my. Have you heard of autonomous words? You know what it is?
No, I haven't actually. No.
Okay, great. So this is to me the most interesting thing. It's called. So there are 3 companies worldwide. Okay, have you heard of Dark Forest?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So Dark Forest is the first autonomous word. So what makes an autonomous word? It's an environment / game. Doesn't have to be a game, but most of the majority of the game, which can leave even if the game CEO who made it disappear. Okay? Why? That's why it's a word that is autonomous. So the best example, I don't know if you saw this movie called Ready Player One.
Yeah.
But if you did, yeah. So Ready Player One, there is something absolutely dystopic about Ready Player One that no one discussed in the movie, which is kind of funny to me. The movie principle is saying everyone lives in some metaverse, in some digital world, and one day the creator of this metaverse dies, and now there is a competition to inherit the metaverse. And this is fucked up when you think about it. Basically, the whole movie premise is saying, oh, there is one guy who controls the world. Literally, he controls the world. And the whole world is a shit, is a dumpster, but there is one guy who controls the whole world. And there is something kind of crazy, crazy about it. Like, why is it a corporation that owns that is owning that thing? Why is there one person, one entity to own that thing? And so, if autonomous world were to become a big thing, then they should be public goods. And what makes a public good? The only thing that allows you to have a public good in a public space like this is a blockchain. And so autonomous world are building the infrastructure that would allow to make games able to be public good. That's kind of the it works. And so for instance, an example of this that is maybe more real than for people who don't know about Ready Player One, Second Life. Second Life has still 50,000 people connecting every day in 2023. I checked that online today. And Second Life belongs to a corporation. There are 53,000 people that go to Second Life and they have their own life there. They have their friends, they have their meetups. They may be handicapped somewhere in real life, but they make friends and are able to move and meet people. For them, it's life. For them, it's real. And that word belongs to a company that could decide to turn it off tomorrow. And by the way, it happens all the time. And so autonomous world are as I said, the infrastructure to make sure that doesn't happen. So that gets me excited. There is 3 companies building it. Argus, which I don't really like. Mod, which is Solidity/Optimism. And Dojo, which is on Starknet. So that's very interesting to me. You can do Dojo, it's super cool. You can Dojo Engine, it's very cool thing. And Mud, MUD. So that's the most interesting thing I'm saying. Everything about smart contract wallets, I don't have to be on Starknet, gets me excited. I find it very, very cool. I'm looking forward to someone to build a DEX that feels like a centralized exchange. Not like DYDX, meaning I can actually do a SEPA transfer or I can use my credit card to top up my account. I don't have to click on the wallet every time I'm signing something that is as secure as a DEX, but feels like a cent. That's going to be excited. And I'm very bullish on consumer app that use crypto as a rails to some new behavior that you couldn't do before. So for instance, that's something that is very tough in the real world is reimbursing. So I'm looking forward, there is a couple of applications I'm very excited about. Focus Tree is on Starknet, and there is a new app I talked today, which is called Satagochi, which is focusing on helping people to sleep better. So this is where I'm coming from. So consumer app which relate to crypto and doesn't feel like it's crypto. People using crypto for what it's good at, meaning being a great open source banking system, or everything related to autonomous work, because I find intellectually super interesting, and UX that can be improved using smart contract wallets.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for a very detailed response. I guess you were not very excited when Facebook became Meta and started doing their own shit in that space. Right. I think we have one last question from Superior Crypto, the founder of Superior Crypto, Andre.
Yeah. Hello, Luis.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
So if you don't count the official side of the crypto and behind the scenes, are you friends with Brian Pellegrino from Layer Zero? Or maybe you do drink some beer, playing poker, and discussing how many new users you have new week.
So
Who's better?
No. So I don't know him personally. I know Maki. I actually know Maki personally. The ex-sushi guy. So I talked to him recently. I talked to him recently about Layer Zero. Bringing them to Starknet is a stretch right now because a couple of reasons. I'm not sure what's public, so I won't say about it. And I don't know what's public, so I'm not going to share what he said. But why are you asking?
Well, it's just there's a hype behind all the airdrops coming, and people are awaiting Layer Zero to come out and the Starknet, and it sounds like a
you mean like the
Starknet
airdrop
movie, you know? It sounds like a good movie, you know, and with two big bros of two big hype companies drink beer, playing poker.
I wish. No, it's not like I guys. No, I mean,
we got 6,000,
I have no.
you know?
I have no. We don't really I mean, I don't have strong relationship with Layer Zero. I mean, Maki. As I said, know Maki for a long time because for various reasons. He's a great guy, and we actually talked to him recently. But no, we are not close to Layer Zero. I wish we were closer, but it's not really the case.
Well, it depends from the launch of the project. I think when both of you will launch, I think you will have to talk to each other more actively. Okay. So, Vladislav, just try to search for the chat. Maybe we have some other questions from the people in the chat. If not, let's just make our opinion about what to do with this stream next. Thank you very much, Luis. Thank you.
My pleasure. I hope you had I hope it was interesting. Because I think it was the best TME. I don't know if it was the best for you. I hope I'm sure people just say more interesting things. No, I'm kidding. I wasn't fishing for compliment, but just making jokes.
Yeah, it was hard for me to fetch for all the people because I was just I was trying to organize everything, and I wanted people to just come out with other communities to ask the questions because it's very easy to ask for you when drop, and it's too stupid, you know, and it's not interesting for you. So we wanted to be like more creative, wanted to take out some bright, interesting sites, make some articles afterwards, make some videos in the IE with the translations to our languages, so people will just I don't know, have some coffee in the morning and read some. Well, what happened in this stream, and it's like, okay, sounds nice. Starknet's still a good project, and I'll have to just keep on watching out it.
Awesome.
So thank you.
Yeah, awesome. So I went through the chat. I don't think there are many other questions. I think some of them were asked before, and I think we can wrap it up unless anyone has any other questions.
Yeah, it's okay for me.
Yeah, but thank you.
Thank you very much, guys.
Awesome.
That was very nice.
Luis, thank you so much. And yeah, we'll keep in touch, and we'll keep, I think we all took some advice and took something from this call, from this stream.
I hope so. Look, I mean, would love to, if you have one comment, if you're a dev and you want to talk about Starknet, happy feel free to ping me. Vladislav has my contact, you probably have it from here, and more happy to answer your question.
Thank you, Luis.
Awesome.
I think I'll be pinging you. Thank you so much.
Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Luis.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice evening.